little optimism, optimism,
Optimism.
in the negativity, optimism,
Optimism.
I don't think I said that, but I said something weird.
Yeah.
Optimism.
It certainly wasn't right. Whatever you said.
It certainly wasn't. Welcome back to Asinine Radio, a weekly podcast where we talk about music, and well, that's pretty much it. So let's go. Hey.
This is Asinine Radio. This is the weekly music podcast where every week we get into a different band, different artist, and we break down one of their records. We get into the music, the lyrics, how it was made, the artwork, and everything in between. My name is Tyler. Way out there, hundreds of miles away, is Jeff. While you're listening, go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, give us 5 stars. All the social media is at Asinine Radio. Go give us a follow, tell all your friends, share all the posts.
Oh my God.
And that's all I have for the boring intro. This week we are doing Blink-182. We are doing Neighborhoods. This album was released in 2011. This features the not the OG lineup, the classic lineup of Blink-182. Right after they reformed for the first time in 2009. Jeff, let's get it. Like people listening don't already know our origin story with Blink-182, but let's go over it again. For
they
those
may
that,
not know.
They may be a first time listener. So
they may be first time, long time, first time. Is that what they said?
Long time. It's first time, long time.
First time caller, long time listener. Yeah.
Yes. First time, long time.
First time, long time. So I was just trying to think of it this week too, and an easier way for me would just be listen to the other podcasts we do about Blink-182 and then reaffirm my origin story. But I'm gonna pressure forward and see if the linearnage is consistent with my origin stories.
That's not even a word.
Linearnage. Yes, it is.
Linearnage?
Yeah, linearnage. Yeah, linearnage.
Okay.
It's in the you can look it up. It's a word.
Look it up. All right.
Scrabble.com is a word. The earliest time I remember listening to Blink is on the bus on the way to camp. And the camp was usually in August, September. And so this was after Enema came out. This was after Significant Other came out. I was more into Limp Bizkit at the time. And so I remember being on the bus, and I don't remember the counselor's name, but they were asking what I was listening to. And I told them Limp Bizkit. And they're like, oh, do you like Blink-182? I was like, I don't really know them. Like, oh, you should check it out. Listen to this. And they played me just whatever was on whatever's going through their Walkman on Enema, the state at the time. And I was like, oh, this is fucking really good. I like this, dude. And that was kind of like the going off to the other way there. Because that was, 99? So we were like 12. That was like my first year at camp, I think.
12.
That's wild. So I think
everything started with Blink, man.
I know, friend of the pod, like David, the guy, woo, fucking every time we hear Jeff's story about Bandcamp, then you're going to fucking hear it again. And again and again and again and again. Because you're extremely formative in this young man's life. And that's kind of wild. It just dawned on me now that my foyer into pop punk and that specific genre started from just a counselor asked me what I was listening to on a bus on the way to camp.
That is kind of cool, though. That is kind of cool.
It's pretty wild.
The start of your camp life and the start of your Blink life. Really, the start of the rest of your life. Ooh, that's on the no-no list,
This is the first day of my life. Unless you're quoting Bright Eyes and singing the song. Swear I was born right in the doorway.
This is the first day of the rest of your life. Oh, God.
But when you say it I don't know.
But I said it in a joking way, making fun of you.
Yeah,
so I guess that's a pass. It's a pass.
That's all right. But yeah, I think that's my earliest memory of Blink is that specific encounter.
Okay. All right, my origin story is not my cousin this time around. It's actually old friend of the pod, John. We used to hang out a lot. A couple years younger than you and I, and we were at his grandparents' house, and they had a golf cart, and we had a little tiny radio, and we just had it kind of set up on the golf cart. We're driving around the neighborhood, like fucking 6th grade, driving around in a golf cart.
Damn, dude, you've been driving golf carts your whole life.
My whole fucking life, man. It was a blast. And yeah, we were listening to K-Rock, and What's My Age Again came on right when that song came out. That song came on, and it was one of those moments where I had never heard anything like it before. It was so different and so unique that I was instantly hooked, and I was obsessed with it. And then I subsequently went back home later that night and just sat next to the radio with a cassette to record that song when they eventually played it again on K-Rock. And I did, and I listened to What's My Age Again a million fucking times since. So that's my origin story. What's My Age Again with friend of the pod, John. And then, actually, I'm going to bring out my cousin. Fuck it. Who cares? Not too long after that, my cousin was already into them because he had Dude Ranch on CD, and he's like, and I said, oh, I really like this Blink-182 band. They're really good. And he's like, oh, listen to this CD. And he made me listen to Dude Ranch, and then it just fucking blew up from there. Really, really blew up from there.
Damn, son.
But anyway, that's my origin story with Blink-182. So let's get into our initial thoughts on Neighborhoods, on this record, this Blink record, and if we have any stinkers, give those stinkers, and then we'll start with our biggest banger. So what do you got, Jeff? Go.
It's just one of those records that for like the longest time, this
You're a little bitch about it?
one guy I knew was like, oh, it's the best Blink record out there. Listen to it a million more times. And it's just like, come on, dude, get the fuck out of here. Calm down, relax. Then I will say, honestly, because, whatever, but this past week, because it's been rainy out here, this one did hit a little bit harder. And just this whole week has been a little bit weird. And I don't know, some life events happening that were kind of weird, and everything kind of coincided with this, and it really hit harder, and it hit I don't know, struck that chord that was equal parts nostalgia, equal parts emotional, and it was nice. So this is the highest I've ever ranked this. It's only going to go down from here. I know it will, just because that's Blink. That's Blink with me, and I like to be super subjective about it, and just what do I feel this week? Unlike you, just copies and pastings, not a big deal. But that's just where it hit this week. That's where it hit this week, and I enjoyed it. I have no stinkers on here.
That's okay, perfect.
There's nothing on here that's even close to a stinker, to be honest. There are two songs that are okay.
Which are what? Love is Dangerous and Fighting the Gravity?
What? No. Ghost on the Dance Floor.
No, you are so stupid.
That song is
you are
not
so
very good.
dumb.
It's just not. And
oh
the other
my
one,
God, you are an idiot.
What other song do you think I think is an okay song?
You're probably gonna say Wishing Well, huh?
No.
You're a little idiot.
This is home. That's an okay song.
Okay.
Like, what are you doing?
You don't like that
Shut
part?
up.
Oh, that's so
my
good.
God, shut the fuck up. That song's close. That song's close to that. I mean, like, if I could in the vinyls, I'd just skip it. Like, I would actually skip this song. Yeah.
Dang, man, you're crazy.
I don't like that song.
Okay. Well, Ghost on the Dance Floor. So I have no stinkers. I have no okay songs. I think every song on here is a fucking banger. Ghost on the Dance Floor is my 4B. And since you already brought it up. And then This Is Home is my 8B. So there you go. You are fucking nuts. You are nuts.
Okay.
So let's start with our biggest banger. What's your favorite song on here?
Do you want to do your biggest? Okay, so let me also say
you go first. That's always the order.
Let me also say
we don't want to get confused like the Radiohead episode.
That is true. That really fucked us. That was not at least
me.
I could not do it at all.
It was very difficult.
I didn't rank the 4 bonus songs in my list of bangers. They're all bangers, but I ranked them separately as separate bangers.
Why would you do that?
Because it's not fair, because some of those songs are better than a lot of the other songs, but they weren't originally on the album.
But they were like released like a week later or something.
They were not originally on the album, so I cannot in good conscience do that.
You could. I did. And my conscience is just fine.
So do you want my 1B normal, or do you want my 1B deluxe?
Let's go with normal. I mean, honestly, we're probably going to talk about almost every single song. So, and I figure our top ones are going to be pretty similar, even though you're stupid for putting Ghost on the Dance Floor so low.
That song sucks. Here's my 1B.
Why?
Here's my 1B normal. My 1B normal is Wishing Well.
Okay.
This may be like this is like one of my favorite like Tom singing songs like ever. I just like the way he sings here. I like how he sounds. I like how he's enunciating these words. I like what he's doing. I like just overall. I like just how kind of like, I don't want to say lazy, but just very like fluid, very lackadaisical, very kind of like, yeah, I'm just gonna do it. Like I don't really care that much, and just it comes out so nicely. Mark too. Mark does the same thing, and I like it.
Yeah, so this song, Wishing Well, is really a Tom song. It's the only song on the record, I believe, that Tom solely wrote. He brought it to the guys, and they all really liked it. And this is I believe this is the third single. They made a music video for this one, but it was just a compilation of like live performance footage. But I love this song. This is my 3B. Wishing Well is my 3B. I didn't separate it. I'm not a weirdo like you.
I had to. You have to.
No. Oh my God. So I remember a long time ago, you always used to bitch about the la-da-das. La-da-da-da, la-da-da-da-da. So
I'm still not crazy about them. I'm still not crazy about them, but I think they serve a purpose because I don't see how you can go. I don't see how you can go from the verse melody to the chorus melody without doing something like extravagant like that.
Yeah,
like
that's
you need
Once
something
again,
there.
His pre-chorus is absolutely killer on here.
They're just
a lot of does.
They're fine. It's fine.
It's so much fun to sing.
It's utilitarian, is what it is.
I like how there's no real transition from that pre-chorus into the chorus, so it just immediately drops into that. I went to wishing well, but he doesn't sing it as high and energetic as he does the Lotta does, which is really cool too. It's tiny bit more subdued.
It's very swingy. It's very kind of like lazy. It's just very like chill, bruh. It's chill, bruh.
Yeah, and I love the little chords like between the different sections. So it's like I went to the wishing well, and then you're just that one little quick strum, and then it sank to the ocean floor, quick strum again. It's just he puts in just enough space to where you can hear the whole note just by itself, the whole chord by itself. I love it. It's just it's perfect timing.
And he does
great songwriting right there.
Usually when he would sing like this, that first part, like went to wishing well, it sang to the ocean floor. That's how he used to sing. That's how he used to do things. When he's hitting two different notes, he would chop them up like that. But now it's like a fluid thing. It sang to the ocean floor. Like he's a better singer now. And it shows here because again, he always chop up those fucking little notes. Nothing wrong with that. It's fine.
And the way his melodies too, like when he says, cut up by sharpened rocks, like it's just ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba. It's very like circusy. I love it, but it doesn't sound cheesy. It's fucking catchy as hell. It's great.
But for me, like, it's that second verse. The second verse here is my favorite part of the song.
Different from the first.
Second verse, same as the first, a little bit different, a little bit worse. I like how he's just kind of like singing and Mark's driving the bass line forward, hitting the notes kind of like as he's hitting them. And I like that. I like how he says, in a very short time, get a pop, better duck and cover. Like the way he just like spits out all those words. Just fucking doesn't even make any sense. I don't know what you're saying. I don't know how you're saying that. But damn, dude, like the word choice there, because everything's very like poppy, like a lot of T's, a lot of P's. That sounds so good.
Gonna pop, better duck and cover. Something like that.
Yeah, it's very like...
It's very like Jimmy Pop. Like Jimmy Pop from Bloodhound Gang. It's very much like that. And then the end of that second verse, a bit hard or a little misleading, and then there's like this little pick slide, just a very, very small pick slide, and it goes right back into the la-da-das in the pre-chorus. Fucking great, man.
I like that line before too. Can you figure me out? I got caught like a little kid stealing. I don't know why I like that. It's just fucking. It's cool. It's cute. It's fun.
Oh,
it's a fun song.
I love this song.
It's a fun song.
It's straight up fun. Yeah, it's just fun. And I also like in the La-Da-Das, he really just lets the La-Da-Das take center stage because all he's playing on the guitar is just a single note, just strumming the single note, and that's it. And then it drops into that chorus. Man, dude, this song is so good.
He's doing something. It's almost like he's not taking any of this, the whole band too, to be honest, is not taking any of it very seriously.
Yeah.
They're just kind of like letting it come out of them. Like more, it seems like a more natural writing process. Like they saying we're getting better as musicians. Let's just kind of like really focus on melody here and then church up where we can. And a lot of these songs started off with like Travis on a beat. So it kind of like makes sense because if Travis is coming up with a beat that he likes and they're just churching up the beat and going with melodies from there, it seems like a more natural writing progress rather than like trying to like pen to paper. Like, how can we write a melody? How can we do something? Let's come up with something.
Yeah. And you know, the whole writing and recording process of this record is so fractured. It took them, I think they wrote and recorded this record over like 2 years. It kept getting delayed, even to the point where Geffen Records had to step in and said, "This is your deadline. It has to be done by this day." And they finished like at like 2:00 in the morning, the day it was supposed to be due. So they literally waited until like the last few hours to turn the record into the label. And also this record, they didn't jam together. They didn't get in a room and write these songs. They all wrote separately at their studio. So Mark and Travis were at their studio when they used to have one in LA together. And then Tom was in his down in San Diego. Different producers for each of them. They used Mark and Travis used Chris Holmes, a good friend of theirs who worked a lot with on the Plus 44 record. And then Tom used Critter, who did all the Angels stuff up to this point before he died. He died like a year or two after this record came out. So yeah, it's a very fractured record, and there are definitely parts that show that you can hear that they weren't entirely synced up. It felt like it's kind of disjointed, especially like between some of the choruses and verses. They just kind of don't make sense. But overall, the record, it's okay. The record's just so good. It does not fucking matter at all.
That's good.
To me. Yeah. It's incredible. It's absolutely incredible.
It is good. I don't think it'll ever be two again for a very, very long time. For a very long time. But it hit hard this week. It was good.
Little kid stealing.
It was good. I think just because I listened to this the most this week also, like that's why it bumped up a little bit. I just get excited when we do the pod. So like inevitably things get higher rankings than they probably would in hindsight.
Yeah,
so,
I understand that. That.
Again, I don't just copy and paste things like other people do.
I don't either. I mean, if you go back and listen to our rankings that we just did. You. No, we literally just did them, and you heard my rankings, and I did not.
I heard your rankings that were the same from last time, but that's fine.
You're crazy. Crazy for this one, Rick. Damn it, I was going to actually say something about Rick Rubin right now, but now I forgot.
Why would we not bring up Rick Rubin every fucking episode? Sure. Go ahead.
So Travis Barker was on Rick Rubin's podcast this week, and I listened to it. Oh, yeah. It was actually a very good podcast, and Travis talked the entire time. Rick Rubin has nothing to say. It was pretty much just Travis talking. And he was saying that in the last few Blink records, more specifically Untitled Until Now, he's the one who writes the bridges. Travis is the one who writes the bridges. And going through Neighborhoods, that makes perfect sense because every single bridge is almost identical to each other on every song. It's all this big drum breakdown, and it's Tom just doing this super simple chord progression, nothing. Tom and Mark are doing nothing extravagant. It's just to show off Travis's chops.
Yeah.
Every single bridge on this whole record. They're all the same. All the fucking same. And it all made sense once he said that on Rick Rubin's podcast this week.
And that's just,
perfect sense.
They're writing drum bridges. He's just doing a beat and a bridge, and they're putting a little bit of music to it.
Yeah, he's just churching it up.
And it's nice and it's cool, and I like that. But we could have more. Could have less. I don't know. It works here.
Yeah,
doesn't always work.
It works in these songs
because he does it in 9, and there's a lot of stuff that he does like that in 9, but it doesn't really work as well there. It works almost as well
because it's not Tom. It's Feldman.
Feldy.
All right. So what do you have lyrically on Wishing Well?
Like a little can't steal in. I love that. So stupid too.
It's great.
Wishing Well. This is I think it's about Tom and just his insecurities, and then he's literally wishing he was a different person. The wishing well thing, right? You flip a coin in there, and you wish you were somebody else. And throughout the song, he talks about things that are him, that are faults of his, that he wishes he could change, but it's not going to happen. Not going to happen.
I think it's a bit of that and his insecurities after he left Blink the first time before they regrouped in 2009, and how I think he was hoping for something different with his not only his career but his life, and he didn't quite reach his goals, and then he realized eventually that, after the plane crash with Travis, that changed a lot of things. And then he realized that he wanted to make music with Mark and Travis again. So I feel like that this song is about that that very short amount of time, those 4 years that they weren't a band.
It's crazy.
That's my thought on it.
Do we have to die, right? Just to hear Tom say that he misses us? Is that what has to happen? Really?
Yeah. One more time.
I feel like, I feel especially on this record too. Tom and Mark, I mean, they've always done it, but they write love songs or they write cute poppy songs, and like literally all they're talking about is each other all the fucking time.
100%.
And it's 100%. Just I can't get enough of it. I really can't, and I don't care. I love it. I love like the over the top bromance that even they pretend not to have, and I eat it up. Eat it with a fucking spoon.
It's gotten way more intense since they got back together this last time.
Yeah,
way more.
Because now it's like just like straight like an adult thing, and it's just something a dynamic we have never seen between the two.
Yeah.
It's a new chapter.
It seems way more genuine now than it did. Like in hindsight, going back to this era between like Neighborhoods and Tom leaving again, like they seem so much happier and like more like actual friends now than they did back then. It's
a different type of friendship. It's not like an infatuation thing where two kids have with each other. Now it's just like a very adult, very heartful relationship.
Even though it's still way more immature. Even though it's still immature.
Compared to like a normie, compared to the Muggles of the world, absolutely. This is emotionally still underdeveloped. But it's cute.
Even the banter on stage, when you see videos now of them bantering, it's way more jokey, and like there doesn't seem to be as many like butthurt feelings about what they're saying too, which is good. I don't know. I think where they're at now is like really, really good.
I wish there was more banter now about adult things. Like I wish they would banter instead of about like dick jokes and stuff about like taxes and like I don't know, like retirement accounts. It'd be so fucking funny though. Like they could make it so funny because it'd be so dry and so stupid.
Yeah, Tom has that delivery. He has that really stupid delivery where you just smile because he just sounds so stupid when he talks sometimes. And
like you will always laugh at their jokes because they're both telling jokes they know are stupid. They know probably are not going to land, but they don't care. Fearless.
Yeah.
Fearless joke telling.
Oh man, so stupid, so dumb. All right, wishing well. What's your? I'm curious. Before we get into mine, what's your 1B of the deluxe? The 4 songs.
Even if she falls, like come on.
All right. That's my actual 1B.
Yeah. That's all right.
That is my 1B. That's the best song on the whole record. I fucking love it.
That's why I chose to do it the other way, because I was like, man, I can't have the last fucking song on the deluxe version be the best song on the record. It just didn't feel right to me. So then I didn't do it. And I don't care.
Just because you wanted to be different. That's what it is.
I wanted to give the rest of the record its credit. That's what I wanted.
I also think this song is probably like the most straightforward. Oh, my voice cracked. The most straightforward song on the entire record, musically at least. Even lyrically, it's very, very stripped down and basic. Very, very basic pop punky.
Yeah, it doesn't really go anywhere. It's pretty flat. It follows like a specific formula. There's a couple little nuanced things that I really like what happens. Like I like the way we get the chorus melody in the verse with Tom's guitar. Like he's playing that ding ding ding. He's playing that fucking melody. It's a cool little rad preview that we get. I also like that we get Tom doing harms with himself in the first chorus, but he's alluding to the aggressive higher pitched second chorus, right? Because the first chorus he doesn't hit it super hard. He's not when the night will begin part. He's not hitting the high notes. It's just like a normal thing. And then later on, then he gets higher. But like it's all about like building suspense. It's all about building tension. And that's cool. That's cute. It's very elementary, but it's cute.
Well, the structure of the song is a little bit weird too, because you get the first verse, the pre-chorus, another verse, and then the chorus kicks in. So that there really is that build.
I mean, the pre-chorus is just a chorus. It's a chorus.
It is, but I mean, he doesn't really kick it in until the actual chorus.
Yeah, same melody, same words, same everything. It's just he's not crying. like he is later on.
That's true. Oh, it's so good.
Being a whiny little bitch. But yeah, this is just like the verses aren't meant to be catchy. They kind of are because you're kind of just like pumping yourself up. You're kind of getting hyped. But when the chorus hits, it's just so incredibly catchy. It's so incredibly fun. It hits this, it strikes this chord that's somewhere in between catchy Blink and then just like really good Angels and Airwaves.
Yeah, I would agree with that, especially with the guitar parts too. They're very Angels and Airwaves. They're not pop punky. Even for this era, they're still more Angels than Blink. Just kind of like droning like a single chord or a single note rather than playing a riff, more of a riff. I don't know, man. I really like it. And also he sings in a little bit lower of a register on this song that he doesn't do on the rest of the record too, which is kind of cool.
Like a Ferris wheel. It's like kind of raspy, guttural.
A little bit. Lazy. Lazy is the best way to put it, I feel, too, in the verses at least. But man, that chorus is so catchy when he says, even if she falls in love. It's so good. I cannot sing it properly, but
it's all about that last part. It's all about even if she falls in love. Like the back, you want to turn back, your heart will attack, and then we get into that. Even if she falls in love, that's the sing along part of the entire album. That's what we want to shout.
Exactly. And then so at the end of the chorus too, he sings. So there's 4 lines. The last 4 lines, the second of the last 4 lines, the second and fourth line, he is just even if she falls in love. But when he says even if she falls in love the first time, he ends it with like on a high note, and then the very last time he says love, he ends it on a low note. And I just love that little kind of just that little bit of songwriting that just makes the chorus in the song perfect. Fucking love it.
Love.
And then Travis is during the choruses, he's just fucking churching it up on the open hi-hat. Fucking so good to really drive the song along.
Travis has some really, really, really good songs, some really good parts in this album. This one was good. It was fine. But there's some parts in this album and I'm very impressed by Travis.
Yeah, I agree. I think this record and the Untitled record are his best drumming. Out of everything he's ever done with Plus 44, any side projects he's done. Yeah, for sure better than the Aquabats. For sure. That one Aquabats record. But yeah, no, I think it's incredible. The album's incredible. Okay. What do you have lyrically on Even If She Falls?
Even if she falls in love. I think this is just a love song. I think he likes writing love songs. I think I don't know. It's almost like it's easy writing love songs, I guess. But I don't think there's any deeper meaning to this. I think it's just a love song. I think it sounds pretty. I think he knows it sounds pretty, and I think it comes naturally to Tom and Mark just writing a love song.
Yeah, I mean every song on here is a love song in the end, except for
some of the ones I think
song.
Can be like a metaphor for relationship with him and Mark. Or like Wishing Well, where it's like a love song, but it's also like him like really wanting to be a different person and admitting his faults. This one I just think is a love song.
Yeah, this is definitely the most stripped down when it comes to lyrics, even musically too. To me, I think it's just about a girl that he knows he doesn't stand a chance with, and even if she were to ever show interest in him, he would be too much of a pussy to follow through. And I think that's what it is. I think that's what this song's about. And another thing about this record, lyrically, there are a lot of words. Like every line of every verse is fucking long. Like it's not just like 4 or 5 words. It's like 10 or 12 words.
And they don't always rhyme and they don't always make sense. Like the second verse, right? She was like a blade of ice, like a lonely road, clear as day alive. Clearest day alive. Clearest day alive. Okay.
I don't know. I agree. I agree with you on that for sure. But I do also like his lyrics a lot. I kind of forgot like about the lyrics on this record, and they write some good shit on here. Some good metaphors and just overall just good songwriting, good lyrics, man.
I mean, stay in your lane. We know what he does best. This is what he does best. And when he's writing from the heart, when he's shooting from the hip, when he's writing love songs, whether or not he's talking about Mark, usually he is. Like, that's what he does best. And when he stays in that lane and writes those type of songs, it's great.
Yeah, it is. It's fantastic.
You can hear it a million times. It's always great.
Clearly, we are smitten with Tom.
Smitten with Toms.
Yeah. Anyway, even if she falls. Anything else on this one?
No, that's it.
All right. So what's your number 2? What's your 2B?
You didn't even
number
say,
2 banger.
You didn't say your 1B that's not deluxe.
Because I'm not doing that.
I don't like that. What's your just do it.
So wait, okay, so it's even if she falls, Snake Charmer.
So Snake Charmer,
you're fighting the gravity. No, I'm just what's the fourth one?
Heart's All Gone, Interlude.
Oh, the interlude. Okay, so the interlude's the worst one, but okay.
The whole record?
Well, no. I mean, to me, I just put the interlude and the actual Heart's All Gone song into one. I didn't separate it. So,
okay.
And even still, out of the deluxe songs, the interlude is bottom of the 4.
Okay.
You're right there.
No, those are all words.
So yeah, I guess then my number 2 deluxe is Snake Charmer.
It'd be your number 1 non-deluxe.
That's even if she falls.
No,
that's my number 1 overall song.
But what's your highest tier?
What's
your highest
B
non-deluxe?
Okay, it's After Midnight. After Midnight. What, you talking shit about this one?
No, that song's so good.
I know.
It's fucking the 4th song, and it's just like, how could you possibly get better than this? Like, how could you do better than this? And like being like a single, being like a popular song from this is just like, you don't fuck with the song. You really just don't. And I know I said like my favorite Tom thing was earlier, but I have like 2 favorite parts of this whole album. One is a Tom line and one is a Mark line. But when Tom says "driving me crazy," dude, I get weak.
Driving me crazy.
I get weak. I get weak. It's so good. Oh my God, yeah. It's so smooth. Driving me crazy. I don't think we've ever heard him like talk like that before. Oh. That's good.
A bit of pain will help you suffer. Wait, how does he say that part too? Hold on as we crash to the earth. A bit of pain will help you. I don't know. He has just a weird way of singing. Oh man.
Because you're driving me crazy. There it is. Yeah. It's a weird pacing.
And then I love that guitar part. I really, really do love that guitar part in the verses.
There's two like things going on for the contrast, right? There's just the open chords that they're kind of like thing, and then the dun and then he starts playing the accompanying the high part. What would that be called then? Not the. I don't know what that would be called. They're both just kind of like lead parts because they're both kind of in the front doing something. Just the overly distorted one sounds louder. Higher.
That's true. And so whenever you watch them play this song live, the big power chord parts, that dun-dun, when they play it live, he puts that on a loop. So he'll play that initially and then loop it for the verse while he plays the higher clean part. So so he's playing. So both parts are playing at the same time live, and then once the chorus kicks in, then he stops the loop and then plays that little chord progression, and then it drops back into the verse again where he hits the big heavy power chords to loop once again. It's so rad watching them play this song live too.
That's cool.
It's super fucking rad. But also, so that pre-chorus, this pre-chorus is another instance where it's way better than the actual chorus. So,
no,
no, yes, it is. That pre-chorus.
He's just talking. Bite your
lips.
Yeah,
it sounds great.
A robbery. Take you grain inside. You're killing me.
All along, we talked of forever. I kind of think that we won't get better.
It's just this pre-chorus is very anal and airwave sounding. That's why you like it so much.
It is. It's so. I know. I don't care. I don't give.
It also just exists just to like
stay.
Drive Mark's part home. Just to drive that chorus home. It sets him up so nicely. It's just like.
Does
throwing the ball up and letting Mark spike it, because Mark comes in hard, dude. He comes in hard. He comes in aggressive. He's like yelling. It's nice.
It would have been kind of cool if the last line in the pre-chorus, he extended it out a little bit more, so they kind of, so Mark's sing over him. It's like, did you know I'm here to stay? But he cuts it off a little bit too short, and then Mark comes in. But if there was some overlap, that'd be incredible. Fucking incredible. God damn.
Dude, Mark's always does such a good job of just, it's not like, we'll stagger home after midnight. Like, he changes the midnight.
Yeah.
It's either midnight or midnight. So he's always churching up a little bit. I would have liked, they always do things best when they're switching verses, right? When it's not just Tom verse, Mark chorus, when they switch off like that. This is one of the instances where I think it would have worked really well to have Tom set Mark up and then Mark set Tom up. I really wish I would have heard that.
That would have been really cool. Oof.
But damn,
Dropping
this
into
is
another
a fucking banger of a song.
Where does this one sit for you?
This is my 3B.
Oh, okay. Pretty damn close.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then just second verse, Tom doing more of the Tom thing on this one.
I mean, this whole song is just about like resonance. It's just a lot of chords. They're allowing them to just exist for their sound, ring out, just let it just be ambient noise. But then Mark has really, really cool squirrely bass lines. Like, he's going all the way up and down that neck. And he also uses a lot of chords. He's to the
he loves the chords.
He loves the chords. Like, Mark's got an iconic kind of pop punky way of playing the bass. And like, the more we kind of dive into Blinks, the more we realize he's not like the best bass player in the world, but he has a way of him. You know it's Mark.
That's for sure.
You know it's Mark when you hear it. And this is a perfect example. And he's slaying it. And it's driving me crazy. It's driving me crazy. You know what's crazy? I just realized too that Mark fucking does that shit in that song he did with Owl City. Oh my God.
Wait, Mark did a song with Owl City?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. He
Dementia.
did. Yeah. Yeah, that song.
And he says it the exact same way.
Does he?
Yeah.
No.
He says it the exact same way. That was 2012. I just looked it up real quick.
So that was after. So Mark
Real
ripped
fast,
off Tom.
Yeah,
Okay.
I swear to you, dude. I'm going to put in the notes, in the show notes.
I believe you.
He says it the exact same way. That's crazy.
You're driving me crazy.
Wow. I kind of blew
love
my
it.
mind a little bit. I'm putting in the show notes. So you're going to fucking listen to it in 2 years probably.
Yeah, or never. Just kidding. And the drumming. This whole song began around a drum beat that Travis made up, just kind of on the spot, goofing around, and he showed it to Tom and Mark, and then they decided, let's go. That beat is great. We'll write a song about it, around it, and then they went off from each other and each wrote a part, brought it together, and it somehow worked. And they equate the process of writing this song to "I Miss You." It happened very much the same way, where they both went off, did their own thing, wrote their part, and then came together, and it ended up working out. Which with "I Miss You," I feel like that's kind of bullshit. I still don't really believe it, but that's what they said about this one.
If like John and Paul had said that, would you believe him? Right? Like if
I would because the contrast between the two vocal styles and the two kind of songwriting styles are much more different than Paul and John were. Like, yes, they sound different, but there's not like a huge contrast in their voices like Mark and Tom. They both have very different styles of songwriting. So for it to like all of a sudden like randomly make sense and mash up, I don't know. When they're writing separately, I don't think so. I don't really buy that. But I wasn't there, so what the fuck do I know? But I do like Travis's kind of churched up drumming on here. It's kind of complicated. It's kind of tricky, a tricky beat, but it's very much a loop too. And I just love it. I love it for its simple, it's simple sounding ways, but deep down, or when you really think about it, it's a little bit more complex than most drummers would play a song. Especially a pop song like this, because it's a fucking pop song.
Yeah,
love it. Fucking love it. His hi-hats, his hi-hat work.
So he really lets loose on this record. Like, he does whatever the fuck he wants to do. But I think he never enema of the states it. He only like self-entitles it.
Yeah, I totally agree. There's so much open space on this record, which I love about it too. Which is for me why I love the Untitled record so much, is that you're not filled with just noise and a wall of sound like you hear on One More Time. It's just you're blasted with just noise and distortion, and there's not a ton of nuance on that record. But on this one, just there's so much emptiness, and I love it. I fucking love it because it lets every member's part kind of shine, but still it all works together. It's just not blown out. Love it.
I do believe that they write Like they would go separate quarters and write the same song. Like I do believe it. I think they're on that level, connected wise of like the great songwriting duos of all time. I do believe it. It sounds so far fetched, but it's just like these guys write the same fucking song over and over and over, and every single time the melody is vastly different, and it's always incredibly catchy. But they really just write the same song over and over and over.
They do. So good though, so good. All right, they also made a video for this one, and they actually filmed this at the hangars, the blimp hangars in Tustin, California. So very close to where I live and where Jeff used to live too. Which one of them actually just burnt down like a few months ago.
Really?
Yeah. You didn't hear about that? You don't remember
that? By the OC Sheriff Academy? Is that where they?
Yeah. It's right over there. So yeah, it's right off of Jamboree Boulevard, Jamboree Road. I mean, if anybody is familiar with Orange County, but there are these two giant hangars in the middle of a city. Well, at the time when they were built, there was literally nothing out there. But now the city's built around this old military base, and there's these two giant blimp hangars, and they're made during World War II. They're built, and they're made of all of it is wood, except for like a small part of it is stone, but everything else is all wood. And one of them caught fire like 4 months ago and burnt down completely, but the other one's still standing, and they're fucking huge. God. They're fucking huge.
Yeah, they're really big. I think they were made to actually build blimps.
Yeah, to build and store blimps in.
That's cool.
During World War II. It's fucking so rad. But
blimps are so dumb.
Okay, so I don't know how true this is. And I haven't looked it up, but I've heard that the reason why the buildings in New York are so tall, like the Empire State Building, because that was built like when the 1920s or something like that. The reason why the buildings are so tall was because they were meant to be like almost like parking lots for blimps. Like blimps could park at the top of these giant buildings, and then people could, go down the building out onto the street.
Interesting.
And like I said, I don't know how true that is, but that is super fucking cool.
Where did you even?
I don't even know. I don't even remember. I don't remember. But it was like last week I heard about that.
Oh, so like super recent. Maybe.
Yeah, it was like last week. Damn, where did it was somewhere on TikTok for what that's worth.
Like, how would they don't blimps get those like fucking like Zeppelin blimps? They can't park on one of those buildings. The Zeppelins are fucking huge.
Well, yeah, I mean, but think about how tall the buildings are. I mean, you've been to New York. You've been to the Empire State Building. I mean,
there's nowhere to park.
From what you said and what I've heard. What?
Like you can't park or anything like that. You have to like drop a ladder down. Have people like crawl off a ladder.
Yeah, maybe that's what they would do, or that was the plan.
Fucking people crawling off ladders, fucking that
Jeff,
high.
It was the 1920s. It was the 1920s. You really think safety was like a big concern for people?
When was OSHA created?
Like child labor was still happening. Come on, dude. So yeah, nowadays that shit wouldn't fly, but over 100 years ago, come on, guy.
That's pretty wild to think about. Like, yeah, I don't know when the Empire State Building was constructed, but some of those buildings are like 100 years old.
At least, yeah. That's nuts.
Damn.
Anyway, 0-2.
That's fucking wild, dude. Like I guarantee the fucking Notre Dame Cathedral in New York's got to be at least 100 years old, right? Like that's.
Yeah, I would think so. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, a lot of New York would have to be even like the shitty rundown parts of New York are at least 100 years old. I mean, think about it. Like New York was. I saw something else about New York. Like there was like pictures from like 1890, and then like of where Times Square is, and it's just like not shacks, but just like normal like 2-story like wooden buildings. And then it was like a picture in the 1920s, and it was just like these fucking high rises. Like within like 30 or 40 years, New York completely changed.
Damn.
It's crazy.
I just looked it up real quick because the internet's amazing. But yeah, dude, the Empire State Building started in 1930, September of 1930.
Okay.
And they officially completed April 11th, 1931.
That's fast. Holy shit.
Like, do you understand the efficiency there? Are you kidding me?
With construction 100 years ago, it's nothing compared to what it is
today.
That
had to have been because people are fucking falling off of that thing. There's no fucking way you construct something that big in less than... Dude, California would take you 10 years.
Oh, yeah, at least. If it even gets finished.
Holy shit balls. That's fucking insane. That's a year. It took them a year to build the Empire State Building in 1930. Not even a year. Wow.
That's insane. Aliens, man.
People
They
had
built
to
the
be
pyramids
falling
and they
off of
built
this
the
shit.
Empire State Building.
Slave labor or something. Pay them a nickel for their work. I don't know.
But like you said,
Anyway,
like we were saying, safety regulations in the 1920s and 30s were nothing. There were no safety regulations.
I would see like old,
Like
old
if you're not
pictures
afraid of heights, then you're up there.
of like people like sitting on big like steel girders with no harness whatsoever, just having their feet dangle, eating their lunch from their little cooler and shit.
Oh, that famous picture.
And I always think like, I don't know, man. I wonder if it was like a board under him or whatever. But like, I mean, because I don't know. You don't read a lot of articles where just I guess nobody thinks about it.
Yeah, but
How
then
did
it's
people
like
dying?
over. It's like sometimes you go down like rabbit holes when you're on like TikTok or Instagram, whatever, and you start just watching a lot of the same videos. A couple years ago, I went down this rabbit hole of people climbing the tower, like not the cell phone towers, but like the huge antennas that are like fucking 600 feet high or some shit like that. And you have to like free climb it. And it's just one dude, and these guys get paid a shit ton of money to do it, but they free climb these fucking antennas to change out like a light bulb.
Fuck that.
So that planes don't crash into it. But that's the only way that you can do it. And so it takes them like hours just to climb up this thing because there's no elevator because it's so narrow and small at the top. So they just have a harness and they have a rope, and then they click it on like a scene clip, that we wear on our belts.
A carabiner.
Just like a carabiner, yeah. I forgot the name of it, yeah. And then so they just like click it onto like a little like rod, and then that's their only safety. And then they climb up a few more steps. They take the carabiner off, click it on another one. Take a few steps up.
They have two carabiners, right? They click one as high as they can click it, and that's their plant, and they climb until it gets like to the bottom, and they click the second one up, and they unclick the first one, and they just keep going back and forth. That would take you fucking forever.
But then
and then,
it's
like,
like, and then I
if you
think
fall your entire life is on that fucking little carabiner, make sure it's not gonna snap. Fuck that.
I know some of the videos I've watched, there are moments where you're completely free. There's nowhere to hook on. There's nothing. So you literally, you're hundreds of feet in the air with no safety net, essentially. And fuck that noise.
You seen the movie Fall?
No.
Dude, you got to watch this fucking movie Fall. It's about these two girls that climb up this cell phone tower, this defunct cell phone tower in the middle of
I've heard of
Palm
this,
Springs. Dude, it's wild. It came out, I think, last year or 2 years ago. I had to watch it in like 3 pieces. It was just too intense. It's too intense. Ugh.
Oh, it's so stupid.
Anyway.
So stupid.
Anyway.
Own to.
Dude, falling's the worst.
It's terrifying. The only thing like scarier is drowning. Seriously.
Oh my god, dude! Because you can't ask anybody with drowning too. Like, do you die instantly? I've heard stories of people just die in shock as they're falling, but like, do you know? I don't know.
Well, I mean, at least you kind of die instantly. I mean, you do die instantly when you hit the actual ground. And the amount of time that you're free falling, I don't know.
Fuck, dude. Like, what would you think about? What would you do? Like, would you be scared? Would you be like, well, I'm fucking gonna die anyway. Might as well just would you just start like talking? You're like, I don't know. Falling
Poop your
sucks.
pants or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't know what I would do. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like it. Like those dreams where you fall and like before you hit the ground, you wake up.
Oh, dude, that's
that's
the worst.
Fuck that.
Wake up sweating and shit.
That's
Fuck
annoying. That's when like your brain gets annoying. Like I'm annoyed with my brain because that's some fucked up shit. I don't like that.
It's like why are you doing this to me?
Yeah, why are you doing this to me, dude? We're the same team. What are you doing? What is wrong with you?
Oh man. Anyway. 0-2 once again. What's okay, so that was my 2B. What is your 2B?
Do you want my normal 2B or my deluxe 2B?
Let's go with your deluxey, version.
I mean, you're not gonna like it, but I do like Hearts All Gone Interlude.
Okay, whatever.
I do.
That's
I
fine.
like it a lot.
We might as well talk about that and the actual Hearts All Gone song because it's the same fucking song.
And they're both my 2B.
Okay. Okay, that's stupid.
What? It's good. I love the interlude so much. I like that story of like Mark trying to decide if he wants it to be a fast or slow song. So he wrote both and just mashed them together overall. But like this is the plus 44 song on the album. This is what it fucking sounds like. This shit slays. It's dark, somber, it's kind of violent, and like bleeding into like Hearts All Gone, the normal song. Like obviously the lead up is beyond perfect. Great transition because it's just like that single chord right in the beginning. Like that's all we get. That's all we need.
It's so fun. It's so much fun.
And like fucking Travis, dude, he's just relentless. He's just got some fucking. He's just going crazy here. He's got some really rad stuff.
His drumming on this song is what he should have done on Enema, because it's very churched up, but it's not over the top like on Enema. This is the perfect combination of what he should have been doing on that entire record. Perfect amount of church.
Correct.
So,
in the last chorus,
I do like this.
The last chorus on Hearts All Gone, he slows down the beat, and so it's just, but like he slows it down on his own, where everyone else is just, again, kind of like Danny Carey and Tool, like. Oh yeah, their time signatures. Like no, Danny Carey just is changing, and he knows what everyone else is doing. So therefore, he starts and ends in the same spot. But the middle ground for Danny Carey is fucking a playground. That's what happens here with Travis. He just does whatever the fuck he wants. He just knows that he can get back in time when he wants to because they're not doing anything else.
Well, you're talking about the breakdown, the bridge, right?
The last chorus. Like he slows down the beat.
Does he do it?
Yeah. It's like ding 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 ding, but then it's very slow. It's not like it's super slow.
Yeah, you're right. But that last chorus is an extension of the actual bridge, where it's just that dun 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 dun. It's like kind of like very kind of chuggy Metallica thing.
Yeah,
where he just throws in that one little note that's a little bit off from the chug, and then that bridge is probably one of the heaviest things that they do on this record outside of Up All Night, that the riff in Up All Night. That bridge is the heaviest part of this whole record, but it's good, man. This is my 11B though. This is my 11B.
Okay, I
love it, but
you just have this fucking God. You just have this like fucking hard on for Tom, where it does not go away, and no matter what. Oh, it's not Tom, then it's not fucking certified banger. Oh, I won't even listen to it. Like God,
I don't know why. I don't know why you just.
God.
I don't know why you just don't lay back and accept it. Tom has the best songs. He has the best songs.
But he does not have the best songs because even their solo project is not as good as Mark's solo project. Wooden Toe is not as good as When Your Heart Stops Beating. It is just not.
It's just a fraction better than When Your Heart Stops Beating. Wooden Toe is just a fraction better.
It's exponentially worse, actually.
Oh, you're stupid. You're so dumb.
It's not. I'm just telling.
Exponentially worse. Get the fuck out of here.
Call it as I
you never even listened to Wooden Toe. You never heard Wooden Toe. You never seen Angels live.
Listen, I've been listening to Wooden Toe since you were still like a wee boy suckling in your mother's teeth. Okay, I know all about Wooden Toe. I've been there since the beginning. I told Tom about Wooden Toe. To be fair, so don't even come at me like that. Okay, baby boy.
Okay, let's call him. Let's call Tom right now and see what he has to say.
I don't need to call him. He's sitting right here. What do you need to call him for? Do you want to talk to Tyler? He says no. He doesn't want to talk to you.
Okay. Now I know you're lying. Now I know you're lying.
Mm-hmm. You don't actually know I'm lying, though. You're pretty sure. You're like 99.9% sure. But do you really fucking know?
True. Because in the end, you never know.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing.
You never know.
Only a Sith deals in absolutes, right?
Exactly.
So you got a case of the Zackleys?
Oh,
dumbest so joke ever.
But you gotta get little kids with it because they feel stupid.
And they're the only ones that would actually laugh about it too. You tell the Zackley joke to an adult, they're just gonna look at you and call you fucking stupid.
I think you're an asshole.
Anyway,
so whatever. We can move on from Hearts All Gone since you fucking.
No, I do want to talk. There was one other thing I wanted to say about this, but now I cannot remember what it was. Shit.
That's what like Plus 44 does so well. It's just kind of like it's almost like a synth keyboard driven thing, but depending if it's the bass or the guitar, but that ding 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 ding, like that's what Plus 40 does well. Just let everything kind of just play out. Let everything just be very dark, very, like I said, very dark, somber, kind of violent. Let it erupt into something good. Plus 44 never quite erupts like this does, but it's still
But it has
really,
its
really good.
moments.
It does.
It definitely has its moments.
But it never erupts like this. Again, just that one chord, that and then it goes into actual The Heart's All Gone. Plus 44 never gets that violent.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. Because that first power chord that you hear in the actual song is powerful, man. And just letting that ring out and Travis church it up.
I think he's hitting like an actual chord. I think he's doing like a G or something.
It's just a power chord. No, I think it's just a power chord.
I don't think it's a power chord because you hear a lot of noise. You hear a lot of like open strings. So like if he's hitting like a G that's really distorted, it's just going to sound kind of like shit. But then as it kind of rings out, you kind of get the full form of the chord. Whereas if it was a power chord, it would kind of like, it wouldn't resonate as long. It would kind of just diminish real quick.
No, you're right. You're right.
Similar to like Across the Sea by Weezer, when before they go into after the piano part, and then it goes into like the power chord, then the you are like that part. Oh man,
18-year-old girl.
Dude, so good.
We should do Weezer right now. Just fuck this episode and go to Weezer.
I'd be so down to just do Weezer again right now. I would do it. I'd do it a million times.
Off the top of our heads.
Dude.
Okay, Heart's All Gone. What do you have lyrically on this one?
I mean, the name of the title kind of says it. It's just about like a love, and their heart's not in anymore. Love.
Yeah, yeah. That, or it's. I kind of got to thinking about this girl in the relationship is just perfect and everything is going to go great, but then over a little bit over some time, the realization kicks in that she's actually really terrible and the whole relationship is a fucking mess.
Butts are for pooping.
Butts are for pooping.
But
yes.
Here's what the song's really about, because it's asked Tom and Mark, and they're both here. It's about Tom. This is Mark like saying, your heart's not in this anymore. Like, I get it. Like, we can still do things and it's still fun and it's still cute and we still make music, but I don't think your heart's here. And this is just another love song that's a metaphor for their relationship. I don't think they can write songs that are not about each other. I just don't think it's possible.
Yeah, and I mean this is really a Mark song. I mean, he's not even on this, and the guitar and the riffs and everything, that's not Tom. Tom doesn't play like that. Mm-mm. This is totally a Mark song. It's very stripped down, simple, nothing kind of quirky like Tom would do anyway. So I mean, this is 100% a Mark song, and to kind of hide it like he did, yeah, I can definitely.
Tom hides it too, though. Tom talks about like Mark's relationship, and he hides it in love songs. That's what these guys do. That's why we love them so much. Because like, come on, guys, like we know it's about each other. Like, no, it's not. It's about something like bull fucking shit.
The constant sexual tension between the two of them.
Yes, yeah. That's they don't say that phrase enough about each other too, and I think that would be more funny if they did. Also, like the last time Mark says like your heart's all gone, where he's like your heart's all gone, like he's just tired of it, like he's fucking done. So good.
Yeah, he does sound just very defeated when he says that last gone at the end. And I just remembered.
That's a good difference too, right there. Just real quick. I think that's a good. Mm-hmm. That's a good thing you said. I think Mark, when he sings, he does sound very, very passionate, and you can kind of tell when he's like pleading, when his voice is straining, and he sounds exhausted after he's done singing or while he's singing things. I don't think Tom ever gets like that. I think Tom has a more kind of like playful approach to things. His melodies are stronger overall than Mark's, but I like Mark's vocals because I always feel like he's exhausted after singing a song, just mentally, emotionally, physically.
Yeah, he's a more emotional vocalist, and then Tom is just quirky. He's quirky. That's what it is. Because nobody sings like Tom. Not just the sound of his voice, but how he sings too. Yeah. He has a very, very unique way of putting melodies together and putting words and sentences together. Yep. It's definitely unique.
Unique New York.
Yes, exactly. So what I was going to say earlier was about your comment about Chavis. About Chavis. God damn.
Such a stupid name.
I know. So this is another tangent I want to go on right now, real quick. Whenever I listen to a podcast and it's two people talking to each other, and one of them says something like that, where they fuck up a word, and when the other person doesn't acknowledge it or doesn't call them out doesn't make fun of them,
that's annoying. It's unrealistic.
Yes, it irritates me so much because when they do that, I say what they said wrong out loud. And then I start laughing to myself because I would immediately call that person out for saying something wrong.
Like, dude,
and that's what you and I do.
You're so far up your own ass. Even if we're in the middle of like a very deep emotional thing, yes. You're so far up your own ass you can't like disconnect for 1 millisecond, laugh, and then move forward. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Oh, it irritates me so much. But anyway, what I was going to say is on the podcast that Travis was on with Rick Rubin, Travis was saying that what he does in some Blink songs is that he'll change up the time signature just for him and just for people who know, but he does it. He says he does it in a way that it's not going to trip up Mark and Tom. And he says they never know. He says he gets a joy out of like throwing in like a 7/8 time signature and then dropping it back into a 4/4, especially during the bridges, because they don't know. And he says you're not going to know unless you're really listening, or if you're a drummer and you can really hear the time signature change. But he does it just for fun. And I just like, as much as Travis irritates me because I think he has no personality, dude, the guy knows what the fuck he's doing on the drums. And it's just, I love hearing him talk about the drums. I think it's so fascinating to me. And hear him just talk about that was just so cool.
That's cool that he's still like that passionate about playing the drums.
Right?
That's
cool.
I mean, that's pretty impressive. That's cool.
Yeah.
I also like that too. I like that because that was like our big complaint with like Tool, and Tool fans. Oh, their time signatures. Like, nobody fucking knows. Nobody in that band changes time signatures except for Danny. He's the only fucking person that does it. Get the fuck out of here. And half the time, those guys don't even know what's going on.
Exactly, because had they known, they would have fallen apart.
Absolutely.
Oh man. Anyway,
so Blink and Tool are the same.
Well, Blink is 100 million times better.
You're right. Except Blink is better.
A lot better. Tool sucks. Let's move on from Hearts All Gone. What other song do you want to talk about?
I mean, I want to talk about every single fucking song here.
So what do you got? What's your 3B? Or what's your other deluxe song? Let's talk about the other deluxe song, Snake Charmer.
Okay. That's so like Fighting the Gravity is my least favorite deluxe song, but I still really, really like that because I think it's for sure the outlier in the entire record.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
This
is a song that they've never written. There's no Blink song that sounds like this, before or after.
I mean, this is like even weird for like this is like a weird mix up of like Plus 44 and Angels and Airwaves. It's a very ambient, it's very bizarre, but it's also heavy.
Yeah, the bass is super, super deep on this one. There's like the whole story about, I don't know, what was the story again?
He just said like Mark got, basically somebody slipped him a Mickey and he was freaking out.
Oh yeah, when it comes to the lyrics, yeah. I meant like, wasn't there a story about the bass, like recording the bass? Like, didn't they come up with that tone by accident? What was the story? I can't remember right now.
Maybe.
Whatever, I don't know. But there's like this crazy like sound, like which I don't hear when I guess there's like this like ringing sound at the beginning of the song, and I guess that was like a chandelier rattling.
Oh yeah,
because the bass was so loud.
It was,
but I don't remember I don't remember the whole story.
It was similar to like the snare chain rattling, how you can hear that in songs sometimes, but it was like a chandelier or something else rattling that sounded like the snare chain rattling, and they left it in. But I didn't pick up on that either.
Yeah, I don't either. But it's weird. But whatever. But the lyrics, I feel like not only musically is this an outlier, but lyrically too, because they never talk about drugs or getting high. Maybe getting drunk every once in a while. There are songs about that, but. Like you said, the song is about Mark getting slipped a Mickey, or who knows what drug, but probably a Mickey, in his drink. And then his girlfriend having to drive him home and him just like freaking out. And when he says girlfriend, this is probably like in the mid 90s, when he was a fucking kid, but writing about this when he's 45 years old, but whatever. What are you going to do?
What are you going to do? Emotionally undeveloped. That's fine. But it's a cool song. I like the song.
It is.
Tom's guitar riff actually has some cool nuance to it, right? He can finally present like a clean riff that starts someplace and ends someplace. Because like the riff starts off pleasant and quaint, and it goes into like this flat, like minor kind of area to add a little uneasiness to it towards the end. And like in that one little riff, I think there's a lot of cool nuance to it, and I like it.
I would agree with you on that.
It's good. It's a good riff. Good job, Tom.
A lot of noises. Like this is also, I feel like on this record, this is one of their more complex songs production wise. Like there's a lot of noise, a lot of ambience, a lot of just noise, like but necessary noise to match a certain feel to the song, to match what he was singing about. I think this is a really underrated song. Really, really is. Doesn't fit the canon of the band or really this record, but it's still a good song.
This might be like the heaviest song they've ever written.
It's because that bass is so thick. It's a thick
even like,
bass line.
Even like Mark, right? Like even like it makes no sense. It makes no sense. It makes no. This is still like heavier than that, right? Fight in the gravity. Dun, 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 dun. Like that's heavier. So they took that "it makes no sense" thing and just made it heavier.
Yeah, they did. It's good. So I just looked up what we were talking about earlier, that the reason talking about the production and what was mic'd up to make that rattling sound. So what it was they ran a drum machine through Mark's bass amp, and they turned the volume up really loud. And according to Mark and Chris Holmes, one of the co-producers, it shook the entire building, and they noticed that one of the fixtures in the control room was shaking. So they mic'd up that fixture, and that's where they got that sound from. So that's the story there.
That's stupid.
Yeah. Had to get it right. Had to get that story right.
Had to get it right.
So yeah, that's a good one. My 11B though, still a solid song.
That's
still a solid song. So what else you got? I want to talk about what you want to talk about.
Let's see.
Because I could talk for days.
Let's do MH. Let's do Mark's song. Let's do
Lower tier,
Snake Charmer. Okay. We gotta talk about Natives.
Got to talk about all of them. I mean,
we can skip This Is Home. We can skip Love Is Dangerous. Love.
That's all I want to talk about is the ridiculous chorus.
Man, I don't know. At least let's talk about MH and then Natives.
And Ghost. And Up All Night.
Yeah. Ghost we can skip. Up All Night 7B. That's all right.
MH 418 2011 is my number 10. My 10B. What do you got on this one?
Oh my God. You and your fucking... You're like a one-sided dice. It's just,
no I'm just being honest, man.
It comes up Tom. No matter what you roll, it comes up Tom. That's it.
Because he does it better on this record.
Oh my God.
I don't make the rules. I don't make the rules. I don't make the rules, man.
He only does it better because there is like contrast, because somebody allows him to be better. Otherwise, he's just fucking annoying. Just saying. It's Cosmos to see them. MH 418 2011. That bass slide in the intro. Did you catch that one? It is sick.
Yeah. It is.
Delia bass. Bow.
Oh God.
This is just a good little classic Blink punker type song. It's fine. Tom throws in some quick chickas, with the little subtle feedback there. It's good. But like, dude, fucking Mark's like vocals in the pre-chorus are so smooth. It's just like he's talking. And remember, I talked about how my favorite Tom line was "You driving me crazy," but like my favorite Mark line here is when he says, "Nothing takes root in this barren soil. Nothing takes root in this barren soil." Oh man, that I get weak on that one too. Like those two lines,
that's a really good one.
Back to back, I can listen to those two all over and over and over. I love the way he sings it.
It is that. Yeah, that is really fucking good.
He's
nothing takes root in this barren
soil. It's like he's
soil.
whispering to just me. Like he's just telling me, like, "Hey, psst, Jeff, nothing takes root in this barren soil." And then he goes back into playing. Oh, it's like when you're watching a band play and he looks at you and he winks. Like that's what you live for. It's never happened to me, but I can imagine that's what people feel. That'd be cool if like we went to a Blink show and Mark and Tom both looked at me and winked at the same time.
At the same time?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that is so stupid. Yeah, and the beginning of the chorus where he just kind of yells, "Hold on, the worst is yet to come. Save your money for hired guns." I do like how he extends that melody out, the beginning of the melody out. It's good. Those words.
His three parts are all vastly different. The verses, right, are just like very fast. Like coming in, and then like the pre-chorus, like the kind of the softer, somber thing, and then the chorus is more like I'm belting it out.
It's like a ballad.
Three very different ways of him singing. You don't get that with Tom. Tom doesn't do this in one song, not 3 different ways of singing.
That's true, yeah. I didn't think about that till right now, but yeah, going through it, the first verse is very sing-songy, kind of pop-punky. The pre-chorus has this very melancholy kind of plus 44 thing, and then the chorus is just a ballad. That's what it is. It's a fucking ballad.
Yeah. You know, it really is.
Yeah.
This is a pop-punk ballad.
Up on the wall, coming out. Wait, let him
coming
up on the
in,
wall.
coming in, kill the radio. Something in L.A. giving into a feeling of
Violent. Wait.
so live one another man, stop living in the past. But hear me
That's
now.
that's very 9 sounding.
Uh-huh.
That
It
melody
is.
right there.
That's
is very
so
9.
bouncy. So bouncy.
Oh. But it works in this song because there's so much more to contrast that. But on 9, that's every song, every verse, every chorus is that same thing. So you're just like, it's tiresome.
Here's what kind of irritates me, okay? Also, here's why I always get pissed
over.
off at neighborhoods, too. Now I'm getting a little more irritated with it, too, is on Tom's best songs, Mark is always there to, like, make him be better, make him sound better, make him transition better. But, like, this is a dumb song. There's not a lot Tom could have done on this song. I get it. But, like, Tom is almost, like, non-existent. You take him out entirely, the song doesn't change.
Well, Tom wasn't involved in this song.
But he still plays
didn't do
guitar.
anything on
Does he not play guitar
No,
in this
he doesn't.
song?
No, he didn't do anything on the song.
He didn't play guitar in the song.
No, he didn't.
Who played
he did
guitar in the
nothing.
song?
Mark did.
Oh, well, that's fucking why.
Yeah, Mark did all the guitars and the bass
What?
and vocals. Yeah.
See that fucking here. Tom's such a butthole. He's such a wiener.
The only thing Tom had to do with this song was the title, because he convinced Mark to keep the title because he thought it sounded like a virus. But that's the extent of Tom's involvement in this song.
And that's annoying because it's just like, dude, Mark always, no matter what song it is, Mark will always try and make Tom sound better. He will always try and make him be better, to like put his best effort forward. And it's just like on every one of Mark's songs, quote unquote, Mark's song on this album, Tom doesn't do really anything to make it better.
That's true.
And that's fucking
true,
annoying.
No, it's not annoying. It's nice to hear Mark write a good song by himself without the help of anybody else.
Time.
I like it. I like this. I like this a lot.
But like clearly Tom cannot write great songs without Mark.
Oh my
Angels
God,
and Airways, the
dude,
vast
you're
majority
so
of
dumb.
Angels and Airways is fucking garbage. We just talked about it on the rankings episode 30 minutes ago. The vast majority of Angels and Airways is absolute trash. Tom cannot write great songs. Wooden Toe we excluded in life forms, but he just can't do it.
Forms he co-wrote with Elon, but that's more to prove your point. But still wanted to correct you.
Can't do it. And really, like Wooden Toe is only great. I really do think Wooden Toe is only great because nostalgia hits hard.
Oh, it hits so hard on that.
Like
that album.
objectively, if you gave Wooden Toe to anybody else that did not even like Blink at all in any capacity, they're not going to like that shit. They are not going to like it at all.
But also, I mean, as much as we rave about that record, we make fun of it almost as much because it's fucking ridiculous. It's a ridiculous album, but I love it.
It's over the top.
So over the top.
Man,
Love making
Tom's
fun of it.
fucking annoying. He's just such a baby.
Oh, he's the best. Tom is the best. I don't care. I don't give a fuck.
He's oh, no.
Lyrically, what do you have on MH?
I just got out of my notes here.
Well, that's
Hold on.
fun. The title MH 418 2011, that just stands for Mark Hoppus and the day that he wrote the song. That's the meaning behind the title.
That's it. Nothing else. But I like the idea of Mark just thinking about how shitty a lot of people in the world live, because that's kind of what he was talking about.
Yeah.
Like in his synopsis of the song. I also like to think of the whole shadow of a helicopter line. It's like if you think of like blades of a helicopter spinning round and round, right? Like blocking the sun, so you get like all those moments of darkness. But in those like moments of darkness, you also get light. So I like to think of that kind of like he's seeing the glimpses of hope, glimpses of light coming from these shitty areas or these poverty-stricken worlds that he's thinking about while he's writing the song.
Yeah.
I like
that.
that.
I like that.
A little optimism.
Optimism.
In the negativity. Optimism.
Optimism.
I don't think I said that, but I said something weird.
Yeah.
Optimism.
It certainly wasn't right. Whatever you said.
It certainly wasn't. It certainly wasn't right. I don't know what it's supposed to be, but I know it's not supposed to be that.
Oh man,
that's good.
Oh shit. So, are we good with MH?
Yeah, we're good with MH.
We good with the Mark songs? Can we talk about Tom more and how great he is? That's really what I want.
Are we done with the Mark songs? Oh my god.
I think so. Yeah, we are.
Yeah,
yes.
Kaleidoscope. We can do Kaleidoscope.
Yes.
Let's do
I don't want to do Kaleidoscope.
What was that? Like 14B?
It's my 12. It's my 12.
Dude, what are you doing? What is your deal?
Well, a Tom song is my least favorite, and that's "Love Is Dangerous."
That sounds
love.
Dude. Ooh. Ooh.
But my God, in "Love Is Dangerous," you love singing that chorus. You love singing that chorus.
I mean, that's like you just said it with the wooden toe thing. We like singing that chorus because it's so stupid.
But also in "Love Is Dangerous," there's Mark does some really cool stuff here. Like a lot of his harmonizing and the backup vocals in that song, fucking solid.
Dude, he also does a lot of cool stuff on the bass. Like there's a lot of aggressive, distorted bass here.
Yeah, really cuts through that mix.
Love his bass line, the riffs, like the broken cymbal beat Travis throws out. Like there's a lot of cool shit that goes on in Love Is Dangerous. Like the worst part is just Tom.
Yeah. I know. I agree with you on that. And really this Love Is Dangerous is like the extension of I'm Lost Without You from the last song on the Untitled record. And it makes sense. They're similar in style. That's for sure. More the ballad, the kind of annoying Tom. But I still love it. Love to sing it.
Dude, like it's a closer and we just got MH and MH is just like an objective banger. It's easy to get into. It's fun. Like you can't follow up with something like Love Is Dangerous after MH. Like it either should have been like like even if she falls, right? That would have been a better closer than Love Is Dangerous, or just accept the fact that Love Is Dangerous sucks. Like that's your only two options.
But I mean, they kind of did it on the Unentitled album too. They had an absolute banger Mark song, and then there was I'm Lost Without You.
Well, the Unentitled record, I don't know what the fuck they were doing as that album ended.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, here's your letter.
Come on, let's talk about the ending of that album, okay? After Easy Target, right? Let's just talk about after Easy Target.
Easy Target.
All of this. Here's your letter. I'm without you. I'm lost without you. Like it should have ended with all of this. It should have been Easy Target. Here's your letter. All of this done.
I agree.
Call it.
Well, I feel like it should have been wait, did you say here's your letter, then Easy Target?
Easy Target, here's your letter, all of this.
No, I think it should have been here's your letter, Easy Target, then all of this. Because Easy Target has to bleed into all of this because it's the same riff.
I don't like that though. I don't like that.
But it's the same riff. It's got to bleed. It has to go into all of this. It's the same thing.
And with I just
No, because I think all of this is a better ending to that record. Take I'm Lost Without You, put it as a B-side. End it with all of this, but you got to have Easy Target right before it. Because the Easy Target's too short of a song. Easy Target is more of an interlude that goes into all of this as the actual song. Much like Hearts All Gone interlude goes into the Hearts All Gone song. That's
I get the riff. It's the same exact riff, yes. It's not even that short. It's like fucking 2.5 minutes. It's longer than the interlude itself, and it's longer than Go, and it's probably
true.
Longer than
That's true. That's a good
point.
point.
I don't know.
That's a good point. But
that record falls apart, man. Like straight up, it just does. The last 4 songs just don't make any fucking sense to me.
You better watch yourself. You better watch.
I'm just saying.
Watch what you say.
Cosmo's
watch
season.
What you say.
Cosmo's season.
I
know you don't like I'm Lost Without You. Nobody likes that fucking song.
I do like that song.
No, you
I
don't.
do like it. It's
like
the worst song on the record.
It's like 16 minutes of bullshit. It's so fucking long. It's literally like 35% of the album. That's how long it is.
35. Oh, come on, dude. It's not that fucking long. It's like 5 minutes long.
It's at least 6 minutes long.
Oh, God, you're exhausted.
I think
it's 6:20. It's 6:20. It's 6 minutes and 20 seconds.
That's fucking long.
Yeah, it is
like
long.
Double the time of everything else. That's a long fucking
It's like
song.
an Angel and Airwave song. They're long songs too. Anyway, we're not talking about Unentitled. Let's do that episode right now too. I don't know.
We could.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Well, you don't want to talk about Kaleidoscope. I like Kaleidoscope song.
We can talk about it. I can talk about every song on here.
Kaleidoscope is good because this is another example of Tom comes in hard with the chorus, but it wouldn't be this hard if it wasn't for Mark. Just saying. It's divorce times and I'm worried.
Worried of a bad dream, of a journey. on a highway
But
through
like,
the
don't
valley.
forget, Mark's like singing that lower kind of like stuff.
He is.
Michael, he's talking stuff. And he says, "Put the butterfly in the bell jar," and he goes down, right with the notes. He goes down, 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 and all of a sudden Tom comes in. It's the first time that I worried.
Comes out of nowhere.
Dude, just like, why are you so aggressive? Why are you yelling? Why are you yelling?
I think this is a perfect example of like an indicator that they wrote these songs separately.
Yeah,
because this song does not flow whatsoever. I mean, you have that really kind of shitty guitar riff that opens the song. It's very amateur sounding.
Ding, 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 ding,
Yeah.
ding, ding, ding.
Even Mark is better than that when it comes to writing riffs, because that certainly is not. That's not a Tom riff. That's
not a Tom riff. That's a really silly staccato thing.
Yeah, and we know that Mark can do better. You know, so I don't know. It's not that riff is not great. But you know that verse, man, the verse is so plus 44. It has that feel. It has that kind of that lower melancholy, sad sound to it. But yeah, then Tom comes in way too fucking hard.
I mean, I like how aggressive it is because it's so over the top, and it's so Tom. Do you ever listen to like any just Blink-182 in general and think like, I wonder if this would have hit as hard if we just switched roles? Like, what would this sound like had we just switched roles? Let's just switch roles. So Tom is doing the softer like verse, and then Mark comes in hard.
No, Mark's not good at coming in hard.
He can't come in hard. That's not what he can do. But Tom
that's not
can
a strong
still,
point.
But like, if you put Tom in the verse, it would still be fine.
Yeah, that's true. That's true, because it's because Tom sings in a higher register, and Mark is only good. He's best when he does lower, and we see it all over California and all over 9. Mark just sings way too high, and so does Matt Skiba. They both sing way too high, and had they both sung in a lower register, those two albums honestly could have been so much better, so much fucking better had they sung to their strengths. So yeah, having Mark hit a chorus that hard, it would never work, or we've seen it not work many times in those two Feldman records.
It's funny that Tom has a higher register, but Mark has a wider range vocally.
Yeah, that's
Tom
true.
Does.
That's true. Yeah,
he's better.
Oh man, but you need that contrast. Blink is the contrast between the two voices. That's really what it is. You got to have that. Anyway.
So yeah, that's fine with Kaleidoscope. We can move on.
Yeah. I feel like, I don't really care for the lyrics. I think they're pretty surface level, just talking about the rigors of touring. Who cares? Yeah. So what else? So we've done Love, Kaleidoscope. I don't care to talk about This Is Home. I'm fine skipping that, even though we briefly talked about it. Let's get into Natives. Want to do Natives?
Natives is a must, right? We have to talk about Tom reusing riffs, melodies. That's what he loves to do. That's fine. That they're his.
Kind of his signature. What's wrong with that?
They're his.
What's wrong with that?
I mean, like, he does it a lot, though. It's not just like one or two things. Like 10 times.
He does it twice on this record.
Yeah. But like the whole Angels and Airways, The Adventure, he uses that thing like 4 fucking times.
Yeah. Young London, he does it. There's
actually there's a little subreddit too about Tom reusing old riffs, and it's a lot.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. He's not like an accomplished guitar player, and even like an accomplished guitar player, they're gonna reuse shit. I mean, look at even Eddie Van Halen.
We've talked about it before. We've talked about it before that if I wrote the M&M's riff, like I'd fucking be putting that motherfucking thing in any song that I possibly could. I don't care. Mm-hmm. And so, like, we're shit talking him, but I think it needed to be brought up. It needed to be acknowledged. I'm not saying it's good. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying it exists. It's there. Do with that what you will.
And I like it. I think it's fun. I like that signature riff that he does. I really, really enjoy it.
I don't like it here.
Why?
I just don't. I don't like it here.
Do you like it on One More Time on that album?
One More Time.
Wait, what song does he do it on? I can't even think of the name right now.
Well, you said the Young London, and
well, that's Angels and Airwaves.
Yeah, but I don't remember what he did on the new.
No, it was the Olé song. Olé, 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 Olé.
Oh yeah,
yeah, doing it all night long. What's the song? Is it All Night Long? What is the song now?
I think it's called
What the fuck is that song?
Doing all that. I don't know.
Oh, this is gonna bug me.
I don't know. Well, look it up. But look it up as I
Yeah. Continue the joke.
peel here. I do like how he kind of throws it back to like the M&Ms, like that riff. That's fun. I like that we're acknowledging where we came from. I just don't like that it lasts so long, and then like the song
it does last a long time.
And because the song gets into a groove that is so far detached from that sound, and so it's either incorporate that riff into the actual song itself, or just cut it in half, make people like, oh yeah, I remember that, and then like go off. Because once he actually starts singing, it's fucking nothing. I'm like a cat in the can, look at my cat in the brown
groove.
Like the way he fucking sings is so weird. It's like he's plugging his nose and like trying not to like sound like he's plugging his nose. It's like when you just wake up in the morning and somebody calls you and you're like trying to pretend like you can just wake up, like you try and like alter your voice.
I do it for work. I do it for work all the time because when I work from home, I wake up like 5 minutes before I'm supposed to start. So if I get a call like right at 8:00, my voice is all still super low. So I'll put on like a high. Try to put on a higher tone, and it sounds so stupid.
That's what Tom sounds like here when he starts singing. He sounds like he's sick or something, and he's trying to sing as if he's not sick. That's like the vibe I'm getting from his voice here. But
So wait, so the song off one more time is "Dance with Me." Come on, dance with me.
That's one of my bottom tier songs on that album.
Yeah, it's one of the weaker ones on the song for sure, on the album for sure. Still great though. Still a great song. Love One More Time. I'll probably listen to that album tonight after we finish potting.
Damn, son.
I got nobody home. I'm by myself tonight. Just me and Rupert and Archimedes. Just the three of us. Just the three of us.
Sound like a Lord of the Rings movie or something. Rupert's like a troll, like with like a normal name, and then Archimedes is like the archer. He's like Legolas or something. Jesus.
Oh shit, that was stupid.
Yeah.
So what I also love about Natives, not only the riff, because I do love that riff that he recycles, is in the verses, like he'll when Tom's playing guitar, he plays a couple chords or whatever, and then he lets it ring out, and then it's just Travis just on the drums doing that really cool. I don't know what kind of beat it is. Not like a samba beat. But he's playing like a really rad
that little
beat.
Like disco thing, like that bass, hi-hat, snare, hi-hat, bass, hi-hat, that boots.
Yeah. But it's cool because it's like, because the whole every line is like a bar, I believe. So it's just it's Tom hitting a few hitting a few chords, let it ring out with the drums, and then the next line does it again and again and again. And I love just how simple that whole piece of songwriting is. It's so effective and it works and it's exciting, and the ups and downs of it. It's just, I mean, Tom could have easily just played power chords during this entire, just played the same chord progression during the entire verse, but he decided to just let it ring out and let parts of the song actually fucking breathe. I love it. It's great fucking songwriting.
And he has some good fucking lines in here too.
He
just
does.
Even in the first two lines, like I'm the prodigal son,
God.
a shameful prodigy too. To use like the prodigy thing, like in the same line, it's good. That's ballsy, man. That's like you got to be very, very confident in your songwriting to be able to throw like those kind of words, because nobody uses those words in like normal vernacular. Nobody does that shit. I like that.
I do too. And then he starts like the first half while he's playing guitar, he starts like it's in a higher register, and then he kind of brings it down a little bit lower. Yeah. So it's like, I'm like a rat in a cage, locked up and battered and bruised. I'm like a prodigal son. It's like it's yeah. I love it, man. It's so fucking great.
Yeah, but this is definitely one where Travis really churches things up here. He really churches things up, and I think that's what it is. I don't know what the exact phrasing is, but I always just call it like a disco beat, that boom, like that kind of thing. It's a very disco-y feel to it. Korn does it a lot too.
Oh yeah, well, especially like with the second drummer, but yeah, David used to do it a lot too. But David was wild. He was a wild drummer.
Wild crazy kids.
So what? Another thing too. So when Tom is singing in the verse, he's doing the high to the low on each line. And when Mark's doing the chorus, he's doing the low to the high. So he starts off
Oh yeah,
Just
that's
a
true.
bastard child. Don't let it go to your head. And so it's the low to the high. So it's the opposite of what Tom's doing. And it's so simple, man. So easy. Easy peasy right there.
Damn, but that's
Blink is perfect.
I never
Blink is
never even
perfect.
like caught onto that because you're right. He goes, I'm like a can in a cage when men are around, and then Mark goes the other way. So it's like a canyon, right? Like going down.
Fucking, I love it, man.
And like the post chorus
Yeah.
thing, the let me go, let me go. Like that thing's just bridging the two things and let's start over again.
It's incredible songwriting, man.
I like that.
I don't give a fuck. It's so good. Blink is the best. This record is so underrated. Right? Right.
I mean, it's underrated, yes, but it's like it's still good. Like everybody knows it. I've never said this was like a shitty record. I've always just said like your stupid
Jeff.
thing is their best fucking record. That's just
Jeff.
silly boy talk. It's not their best record. Jeff, what?
Come on. You for at least 5 years, all you did was, or more than 5 years, all you did was shit on this
15
record.
years.
What?
It was like 15, 20 years.
That you've shit on this record?
Yeah.
The record hasn't been around for 15 years, but that's
20
fine.
years, I said. 20 years.
Math. I remember the exact moment that you changed your mind on this record. So what it was you had just moved out to Arizona. You were out here visiting, and I kept telling you while you were out here, you gotta listen to Neighborhoods, listen to it, listen to this and Dogs Eating Dogs like 10 more times. You'll love the record. And I just like bang that into you, while you were here. And then on your drive home from California back out to Arizona, you listen to Neighborhoods, and then you text me after it was over and you said, wow, this record is really fucking good. That was the moment that you realized how great this fucking record is and how great Tom is. There you go. Boom. Roasted.
15 years I've been shit. I feel like it's going to my wrap up anyway, but we'll get there later. Unless we're done now. I don't know.
No, I still want to talk about, Up All Night, Ghost maybe. I don't know.
I mean, we can talk about Ghost. God, that song is... Let's talk about why you love Ghost so much. I do have a lot of positive things about this. I just don't think overall it's a good
What's
song.
your issue?
So
I don't
first
get
of
what
all,
your issue is.
it irritates me that this whole record starts off with Ghost. Ghost is a very aggressive Angels and Airwaves sounding song. It's not terrible. I don't like Tom's vocals here. I just don't fucking like them. The verses are better than the chorus. I like Travis on the song. Mark's harms are good, but I don't like the fact that we're starting a new era of Blink off with an Angels and Airwaves kind of sounding song, and it fucking irritates me.
Is it because of the synth?
Yeah, it's an aggressive synth sound. Even like later on in the song, it's like we're doing it again. Although the later synth sound and the later synth sound, the sound later on in the song, it's a very like Reggie in the Full Effect kind of like moogie, distorted synth sound, and that's a little bit better.
Yeah,
but it's just like I don't like that we're already starting like Blink off on a new chapter, and we're just trying to be Angels and Airwaves, just a little bit punker.
Yeah, I do agree with you that the synth is a little loud. I don't want to say too much because I still really like it, but it definitely is. It's loud in the entire mix, and it does drive the beginning, the intro of this song and the record in general. But when it comes to like the big bombastic drums, ever since Travis joined the band up to this point, every album has had a big kind of drum intro or a big intro in general. You look at Dumpweed, you look at Anthem Part 2, and you look at Feeling This, all huge like drum type parts or anthems in a way. They're all huge sounding to really catch the attention of the listener, and I have no issue with that. I really, really don't. And I do like the synth. I do love Angels and Airwaves. I like it. It's good. You're just
garbage.
You're such a hater of Angels and Airwaves for no fucking reason.
I'm a hater of Angels and Airwaves because a lot of their stuff is just objectively not good. It's fucking boring. Like it really is. Like Love, Dreamwalker, Love Part 2. Insert other record that I forgot what the name is there.
Empire.
Empire. See, god damn, that stuff is just bad.
Everything's magic.
Oh, that song's terrible. Yeah, we're just gonna bring up other reused fucking things here. Okay.
I know, right? Oh my god, it's insane.
I hate Anthem Part 2, but I love Everything's Magic. That's what you just said.
I do. No, honestly, I do.
How do you
like
hate Anthem Part 2, but you like everything? Same fucking song.
Well, just that guitar part. That's it. Otherwise, the melody, everything else is different.
Do you ever look to me?
You can't keep up.
He really is like trying to sing faster than he can actually sing. His brain is telling his mouth to do things it's not possible to do.
Oh, that's the best. That's the best way of trying to sing that song too. Oh, that was so good. Oh, that was so good. Oh shit. But yeah, Everything's Magic is better than Anthem Part 2. I don't make the rules.
Oh man.
Back to Ghosts on the Dance Floor. Okay.
Things.
Take the intro out. You drop into that verse. I'll never let you down, boy. I'll never let you go.
Oh, it's the way he says it. I'll never
I
let
love
you
it.
down, boy. It's like boy. Like, that's what he's trying to say. He just has that Poway accent. Never let you down, boy.
Oh, man. And I love singing the second line, the end of the second line, where he says, "So innocent and scary."
Scary. Dude.
So tell me that you're here, boy.
Boy.
Oh man,
So
I love
annoying.
I love it. And come on, you can't tell me you don't like.
I
Yeah,
saw
you don't like
your
that chorus.
ghost tonight.
And just kind of that kind of like off guitar part that he plays, that clean guitar that he plays. Oh, I love it. It's perfect, man. It's quirky.
Like
it's different.
it could have been a really, really cool song. They still could have kept like the quirkiness because it is a cool like riff because it's so stupid. It's just like the downs like but we could have done something better that just wasn't Tom trying to be like up his own ass. And that's really why I don't like the song also is because it just sounds like Tom is just trying to like assert dominance over this band and say like, you're lucky I'm back. Here's what I want to do. And I'm going to fucking do it. I don't care if it sounds like shit. I'm just going to fucking do it. And I want it to be the opener.
I get it. I get that. And I agree with you. I feel like this is a Tom song asserting his dominance on the band, or at least on Mark, not on Travis, but on Mark.
Yeah, Travis
certainly.
doesn't give a fuck what happens. He just wants a paycheck.
He just wants to hang out with the buds. That's what he wants to do. He just wants to hang out with his buds.
Does Travis even care about hanging out with the buds, or does he really just like playing drums and making money?
He just wants to play drums. That's all it is.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Give the drummer something.
That's an album, dude.
That's a shitty album, dude.
And then the drum solo during the bridge comes out of nowhere. But I like it. It's not bad. It's whenever they do play this song live still, and it's this big thing that when Travis does the drum solo in the bridge, and it's still cool when they play this live. So
I guess like this is one of the times where, and Blink doesn't do this often because Blink usually start off albums and their first like 4 songs are usually at least like 50 to 75% just absolute bangers. But for me, Neighborhood starts slow. Slow. We don't get into it until after midnight, the 4-track in. And if you take the deluxe songs out, then it's like we really don't get into this album and get to like the good shit until like halfway through the album. Like that's where like a burger, right? You get the bun and then the patties in the middle. Like that's this album. Deluxe album or deluxe songs album.
you don't like buns?
Buns are fine, but I don't eat fucking burgers because I want buns. I eat burgers because I want the fucking meat.
No, and no condiments, right?
No.
So fucking boring.
No. I like barbecue and wing sauce.
That's fair. You put wing sauce on your burgers?
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Okay, that's different. That's certainly different.
Do you put like spicy? I put like peppers and shit in my meat and ground that shit in there. Maybe get like pepper jack cheese and then wing sauce on the top. Or even like saute onions in like wing sauce and a little bit of oil. Like that. Oh yeah. So good.
Yeah. Anyway, Ghost on the Dance Floor.
That's it. Yeah.
Lyrically, I like the lyrics on this one too. You know, it's about, you know, hearing music or a song that reminds you of somebody who's passed on, and just kind of like that nostalgia, and how you don't want the song to end because you want to have that, you want to keep that feeling for as long as you can. And I guess after Tom wrote the lyrics to the song, or they finished this song, Travis called Tom and said, because this was right after DJM had died, and called Tom just like weeping, saying, you know, this song means so much and all this kind of stuff, because it reminded him of DJM, who survived the plane crash with Travis, but then died a year after of a drug overdose after he had been sober for like 12 or 13 years. Relapsed. Like the first time he goes back to drugs, he relapses.
Yeah.
Or the first time he relapses, he overdoses
dies.
and dies.
Yeah.
That's what I meant. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. But anyway. 0-2. Ghost on the dance floor. Since you've been very reluctant about talking about Up All Night, that's fine. We don't have to talk about it.
Me up all night.
Amazing pre-chorus. I really do like that riff. Also, that riff dates back to the Untitled era. There's actually video of them recording or writing and recording from that album cycle, and Tom was playing that riff, but they scrapped the riff during the recording process. So, wanted to throw that one out there.
It's fine. It's my 7B. I think Tom's vocals on this one just sound so lazy. But I don't know. This one's already heavier sound than like anything they've done here. Like it's the heavy distortion is nice. Mm-hmm. There's very like deep, heavy beats here. Mark's bass line usually always seem to land on that low E to be extra dramatic, right? If he's squirreling up and down, at least he lands in that low E and lets that ring out a little bit. It's kind of nice. It's all right. The last part's the best part for me. Like it's just kind of like them jamming.
See, that's my least favorite part. It's not necessary.
But like it's cute. It's good because the song's stupid. The song's kind of stupid.
It is. But I also like this is it's not the only time, but they Mark and Tom go back and forth in the actual verse. They switch off lines. Mark does 2 lines, Tom does 2 lines, Mark does 2, and then back and forth, and then Tom does the chorus.
But then obviously Mark the Up All Night part is dumb. And all these demons,
they keep me up
all night. It's just stupid.
But I love the beginning of it, which I would technically consider the pre-chorus, but it's, let me get this straight. Do you want me here as I struggle through? His voice cracks when he says through. Yeah.
I love straight up Angels and Airwaves.
Oh, it's so amazing. But he's doing that palm mute, during those first 2 lines. Perfect.
Man, the more we talk about this record, the more it irritates me. Tom fucking irritates me.
This discussion, this podcast, this episode has made me love this record even more. I'm so excited right now.
I'm not even lying to you. Like I'm telling you the truth that I like this record less.
Oh, you're so dumb.
Like I would change. I don't know why I listed this as a banger. Up All Night is not a banger for me. This is an okay song. I'm changing my notes right now.
It's an absolute banger.
I just changed my notes.
All right, man. All right. I think we've got through everything, right?
We got through everything except for This Is Home.
Snake Charmer.
Fine.
Snake Charmer. We didn't talk about that one.
Love Snake Charmer. That's a banger.
Where does that one sit for you?
I mean, that's like I think that was my last or 3rd B on the deluxe. Why do I not have that? Yeah. It's either my 3rd or 4th B in the deluxe version.
Okay.
Or like
this is my songs. 6B overall. This would be my 2nd B on the deluxe, but my 6th overall.
My only negative is I would prefer the synth in the intro to just be gone completely. Just let the bass like kind of run its course until like the modulated riff thing. But it's fine. It's
a quirky kind of riff too. That big heavy thing that he does.
Yeah.
It's just that kind of ascending thing that he does. It's cool, man. It's different. Certainly different.
Mm-hmm.
And the way he sings too. Oh, it's so over the top.
And a waver, cutting like a razor. Like this is one where he actually is like saying words, and you kind of visualize what is happening in this weird abstract kind of way. And I like that, like cutting like a razor, like fire through the snow, and it's just like that's cool. Then straight down to the bone. I like that.
That's good, man. It's really good.
And then of course, like I love when people say spider. She creeps up like a spider. So I like it. I like the spiders.
He does have a way of saying spiders, that's for sure.
Like just
the chorus though is a little underwhelming on this one. It's not super catchy, but whatever, it's still good.
I like the chorus. I like the chorus a lot. Like I think it's very it's that staccato. It's that broken up thing. Again, remember we talked about like how like when Tom does melody, he likes to chop things up, and so that's why it's that's why I like when he says "You're driving me crazy," because he kind of go up and down in one thing without chopping it up. He likes to chop up choruses. He likes to chop up melodies. He likes to chop up notes.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a confidence thing or if he likes the way that sounds, but he chops up things all the time.
He does, especially in later Blink, like I would say post Unentitled. He does a little bit on Unentitled actually, but it's really after that he really starts to chop it up.
But even like in Every Time I Look For You, right? Like drive the point home, like it's still chopped up.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Like that's a chopped up melody, and like he could have went like I don't know. He likes to chop them up. That's the point.
Chop them up.
All
right, so one last thing, and then we'll wrap it up. I just want to talk about the artwork real quick. Unless you got anything else to say, I want to talk about the artwork briefly, and then we'll wrap it up.
No, that's all I got. I do want to get into the artwork because it's terrible.
Yeah, so it was done by this guy, Mike Giant. Yeah, I don't like the artwork either. I think the idea is cool. It's just a black and white picture that this guy drew of a bunch of buildings. I don't know. I just don't really care. At least add some color in there to pop. To make the picture
we've already seen them do like pastel lighter colors, right? On Self-Entitled, we saw the blue and the pink. Like, why couldn't you just outline the Blink-182 in pink or blue? Like, that's all you needed to do to save this.
Or any color, for that matter. They could have done anything.
Because it's a cool thing. There's a lot of little, like Dookie kind of, like, esque hidden, like, things going on here.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's a perfect thing to compare it to is the Dookie cover. There's a lot going on, but when you really look at it, you're noticing all the little different... it's really the names. So like all their kids' names are written somewhere on one of the buildings. DJ AM, who had just died prior to the making of this record, his name is on there, their wives' names and all that kind of shit. So I do like the little, they're almost like little Easter eggs. They're all in there, which I thought was really cool. Here's how
I would change this, just because I can say whatever the fuck I want to say. You can listen to it. Here's how I would change this. I would outline Blink-182 in pink. I would just highlight it, or highlight, but outline it in pink. And then for every little Easter egg, I would do that in that blue that's on the Self-Entitled.
Oh, okay.
Just add more color to this because everything just bleeds together. It's a mishmash. It really is hard to read the Blink part. You can see the 182 a little bit better, but the I and K part of the Blink, it's fucking hard to read.
You're right.
I'm always right. I know. That's why I said
it's a good album though. All right, so let's get into our final thoughts. We'll rate the record based off of our world famous 3-point rating system, where 3 is a perfect album, 2 is a good album you're going to continue to listen to, 1 is a bad album but give it a shot, and 0 is the worst thing you've ever heard. So what do you got? Go.
This is tough because this week was weird, and I like this record, and I ranked it higher, but 30 minutes have passed. And I really, it's gone downhill a little bit. It's gone downhill a little bit just in these past 30 minutes, everybody. So I can't, this is not a perfect record. No way, because not all of these songs are perfect. There are songs on here that are not okay. This record just hit harder this week because of the rain, because of extraneous. Extraneous?
What is an extraneous?
Extra analius.
Is that the
extraneous?
Is that the right word to describe what you're trying to say?
Yeah, extraneous. Yeah, it means like
extraneous,
unrelated to whatever the fuck I'm trying to talk about. Like unrelated to the point. Outside factors. Okay. Extraneous.
Okay, all right.
I don't think it's extraneous. I think it's extraneous. What did I say the first time?
I don't know what you said. It doesn't matter.
Then due to outside factors, I ranked this higher this week just because it hit harder. And that was my goal, was to just be like overly emotional, overly subjective, and just say, what do I feel right now? Right now, after going through this episode, this is fallen like severely. This record is not, dude, this record is not better than Toy Pad. This record is not better than Self-Entitled. This record is not better than Dude Ranch. This record is not better than Plus 44. This record is not better than Wooden Toe. So, it's still really, really good. I think some of their strongest melodies they've like ever really done, and because they've tried to make strong melodies, where I'm like Toy Pad, like the melodies are just kind of there, but they're not deep. They're superficial. They're pop punky. They're Enema of the State-y. just a little bit better. So I get it. But these are
Or
like
worse.
deep melodies. These are deep melodies. They're supplemental. They're doing things. They're nuanced. So I'll give them that. This record's better than a lot of people give it credit for, including myself, for the past 15 years. So
Stupid.
I'll give it 2.5. I'll settle on 2.5. I feel comfortable settling on 2.5.
I guess I'll have to accept that. You're
good score.
completely wrong.
That means I'll listen again.
Yeah, you're right. You will listen again. I can guarantee that you will, because it's too good. But 2.5 is still pretty low.
Because there's some stupid fucking songs on here that I don't.
You
One,
know
I
you
don't
love 'em.
wish existed here on this album, and two, I wish some of these songs too were kind of cut short.
Would you say that this album is better than One More Time?
One more, yeah.
One More Time.
I do like One More Time a lot, and that one, like, I'm still in that honeymoon phase where I'm just like, oh man, they're back, baby. Like, I'm just excited. Like The Rock coming out of retirement or something, or fucking DX coming back all together, and you see them all together. Oh, fuck yeah, I'm back. They're back. Oh, I'm just excited. So I'm still excited with One More Time, but I'm under no like disillusion that in 5 years from now, One More Time is going to be a bottom tier Blink album. But I'll ride that because I enjoy hype. I enjoy being happy in the moment. I don't like sit there and the fucking I hate hype. Oh, this is a bad record, and I'm not going to enjoy myself at this moment right now. Like other people.
Hype sucks. Hype sucks.
I wasn't talking about you. I'm just saying.
I know what you're saying. We've had many arguments in our group chat about my views on hype, but anyway, my final thoughts. I love this record. I think it's great front to back. It's fun front to back. I do one thing I do wish is that Mark had a little bit more to do with, I don't want to say the songwriting, but just I wish he had some more parts. I wish Tom hadn't hogged as much as he did of the vocals and everything, but I still love it. And I'm gonna just blame Mark on that because Mark is is an adult man. He can stand up for himself. He's not a child, and he could have stood up to Tom, but he chose not to. So that's his fault.
Why do you blame like the victim here? Like Mark's probably walking on eggshells just to make Tom happy because Tom's a little butt wipe. And like, just so you know, he pissed me off one fucking time. I'm leaving. I'm gone. I'm leaving.
Oh,
that's probably what happened. And Travis is in the back shaking his head like, good God.
Just not even no facial expression, whatever.
You're lucky
No
we're
emotions.
making millions. You're good God.
All right. Yeah, I love this record. I love the sound of it. Some people complain of like the production and it being a little bit too loud, but clearly this is quiet compared to One More Time. I do like it. I feel like I like the balance of tones and sounds and everything. I have no issue with that. Fuck what people think. I think it sounds better than most records, especially rock records that were made around this time that sound so overblown and are just absolutely a wall of sound. I don't know. Love this band. Love Tom and Mark. And I'm going to give this a perfect 3 out of 3.
Of course.
I don't do it often. I don't give out 3s very often.
This is
I
not
really
a
don't.
perfect record, though. That's
It
what I'm
is a perfect
saying.
record.
It's not.
It is.
Good
Perfect
Lord.
record.
There are songs on here that are not perfect.
Okay. All right.
And even to bypass the scale. I get it. Like sometimes I bypass the scale and I will give records a perfect score, even though not every song on there is perfect. If they transcend music and do something for either me and in my personal life or music in general or the world, they change something. This does none of that. This has songs on here that are not perfect. This did nothing for the band. This is nothing for music. This is nothing for this era of music. Like, get the fuck out of here. Perfect score.
I still think you're still holding on to some of your hatred of this album prior to the Awakening from several years ago. That's still still is taking shape in your opinion.
We talked about songs that are not perfect. Like, we just went through this. Do you want to do it again?
Love.
You do want to do it again. That's the problem.
Love. I do love that song. So yeah, perfect 3 out of 3 for me. I don't do that often, obviously. You're just talking, but
that's what people love to hear is when you don't give perfect ratings all the time.
right. Well, thank you all for listening. Go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, give us 5 stars, tell your friends, follow us on social medias. And Sad Boy season coming up next on the pod. Sad Boy season. Stay tuned for that. It's going to be fun. And that's it. That's all.
I have like 2 favorite parts of this whole album. One is a Tom line and one is a Mark line. But when Tom says "driving me crazy," dude, I get weak.
I'm crazy.
I get weak. I get weak. Well, optimism. In the negativity. Optimism.
Optimism.
I don't think I said that, but I said something weird. Optimism.
It certainly wasn't right. Whatever you said.
It certainly wasn't right. I don't know what it's supposed to be, but I know it's not supposed to be that.
I know, right? Oh my God, it's insane.
I hate Anthem Part 2, but I love Everything's Magic. That's what you just said.
I do. No, honestly, I do.
How do you hate Anthem Part 2, but you like Everything's same fucking song?
Well, just that guitar part. That's it. Otherwise, the melody, everything else is different.
Do you everything's been to me?
You can't keep up.
He really is like trying to sing faster than he can actually sing. His brain is telling his mouth to do things it's not possible to do.
Oh, that's the best. That's the best way of trying to sing that song too. Oh, that was so good. Oh, that was so good.